Hey everybody, figured I'd give a real quick follow-up on the M6A2. Got her back 2 nights ago. Haven't had a chance to get to the range or do anything in that time. My son's been sick, of course, which keeps me from playing. And work obligations just like everybody else. As you see, clear. I know it's clear, but make sure people don't freak out. Clear. Now, got this thing back after the first trip to LWRC for repairs, and they had replaced the upper. Let's see if I can get this thing up here for a better view. And which is most evident by the fact that there are really no brass dings here. And on my original upper, let's see if I can make the light right. There you go. On this edge here, the hard break, which would be nicely rounded if they were to do that, the anodizing had chipped off. And I don't know if that's from shooting steel case ammo or for brass, or if it's something that normally happens on these, but it didn't happen on any of my other ARs. So the new upper was on. The only complaint I had was that in doing so, if you look at, see if I can get the light here. If you look in here, you'll see they kind of twisted up the aluminum where the recess of the, it's not a pan head, where that socket head goes in. You see they got the aluminum a little bent up. No real big deal. It's not like it gets sharp or catches your finger. And this side was fine. Little scratch, but that was the original fore end. This is my original fore end, I'm pretty sure. My original sights. Of course, my ACOG didn't go there. And the new upper, my original bolt, and my furniture. So it was pretty good. They got a lot of slop out, but like I said in the other video, it was rocking and you can see it moving in the pins way too much. So I sent it back. I spoke to the guy I talked to the very, very first time, and he was kind of a jerk to me again. And I didn't have any high hopes of getting this back in better condition. I called a few days after I sent it when I thought it should have arrived, and I talked to a guy who sounded like that guy who was a jerk twice. It sounded like his voice. I could be confusing him for the good guy that I talked to in the middle of it all. But this guy was more than accommodating. He was very polite. We spoke for a few minutes. I told him who I was, that I'd sent it in, that it still wasn't right. And I gave him the heads up. I said, I don't know who's working on it, but it really seems more than obvious to me that the holes in the lower is just, the holes are cut too large. And I think you've got a good upper on it, but that lower, I don't know why you didn't replace it. I went through the whole spiel. Was it because it's serialized? You got to get into some other law. I'm not sure what you got to do for ATF, if you have to destroy that lower and create one with the same serial number, because that's what I've been background checked on, or if you can just give me another one. I said, that's really your business and I don't know it, but I don't know why you didn't. He said, really, I don't know what the legalities are either, and yeah, I'll be happy to let him know. I'll put a note with it. And that was all I was asking for the whole time. So my real fear was that it wasn't that they weren't going to do anything. The real fear was that they were going to drill out the upper and put larger pins in to fit the lower that was there, and then these wouldn't be interchangeable with any of my other guns. And that would have really bothered me, and then I would have had to make another phone call, and I'd have told them that's not what I bought, and we went round and round because I would have been picky. Yeah, big surprise, I know. So I get it back. My dad has to wait to sign for it because I'm at work. And I'm excited to get home. It's like Christmas, man. I'm going to open this box and see what happened. I asked my dad to open it. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. He said it seemed good to him. I get home. Family's here. I can't play with it until the kids are gone. They all leave. My son's in bed. I grab this thing. And lo and behold, I would call it 99.5%. I don't want to call it 100 because my other rifle's still tighter, but you probably could call it 100 because the other rifle's probably too tight. I got to squeeze it like hell to get it apart. This has absolutely no wiggle. I'm squeezing all I got here. You might be able to see something. I'm moving that. That's all I can do. Well, with one hand. And I swear that thing is effing tight. To get the pin out, I mean, it's in there. I had to use a punch. I can't push it with my thumb. That might have to break in some. They are really, really solidly in there now. I don't think I could be happier with what I asked them for that. And that came because they gave me a new lower. They didn't drill out the pins. They didn't do it half-assed. They gave me a new lower. I'm pretty happy with that. The only complaint is if you get a good look at the trigger pin. It's pretty loose. That's life. Let me see, does the sucker get tension on it? Yeah. Let me relieve that. Now take a look at this. Can you believe that shit? Way wrong. Way wrong. Hammer pin seems a little better. You see the juge coming out from the shipping. But that pin, I can make it go around in circles, back and forth, left and right. That pinhole is way, way too big. But all things considered, the upper and lower fit is beautiful now. I'm excited about that. And I put the furniture back on it, put the scope back on it. Got her ready to go to the range. I got some time today. I'm going to take her out here in a little bit. Put some rounds through it. I'm going to have to re-zero the ACOG because I got a new upper on here, so that flat top is not the same as the old flat top, and the barrel has been removed and put back on. Hopefully it's close. I'm probably just going to zero it with some Wolf to make sure it functions. If the gun functions flawlessly like it did before, if there's no hiccups, no burps, no FTFs, no FTEs, and no issues, it will be a fun day at the range. I'll get it zeroed. I'll get some time in on this AFG, which I've been waiting to get done. I'll probably take the little mag out there for the range rules. Take this one out there. I don't think I've fired this one yet. I got like 50 mags, so I don't think this one has seen time yet. See if it feeds, does everything right. One thing I noticed is in this lower, the old P mags with the fatter grooves, the deeper waffles, they fit tight. They're not dropping free. But the new style, the modifieds, those were slinging out of there. The other one, the other lower, they all drop free without a problem. That's it. So hopefully a couple hours I come home and give you guys the good news. And if you think about the trigger pin and the hammer pin, it's mainly the trigger. The hammer's pretty tight. I'm not worried about that. I was wanting to buy the pin on the outside that connects it, mainly because I thought it looked cool and it doesn't really weigh anything. I'm going to keep this lower from going bad over time in case there's another ban. But with the hole already being oversized and wobbled out, it gives me an excuse to probably buy a Wilson tactical trigger unit. So either way, that's probably not going to get any worse. And the fit between the upper and lower, which really bothered me, has been resolved. So at this point, LWRC gets a reprieve. All been taken care of. Customer service improved. And maybe it wasn't that guy anymore. Maybe he has been removed. I really don't know. I can't tell you. I can't remember their names. I think it was like Joe and Josh, but honestly, I don't remember. All things considered, take her to the range. If she functions, I'll give them a pass, and then I'll praise this rifle like it should have been from day one. All right, guys. Talk to you soon.